lemon garlic chicken. Yep, just like it sounds. It's refreshing. It's got some citrus to it. It's a little creamy, and it pairs well with potatoes, vegetables, and we're going to put it over rice today because that's how I like to do it. It only takes a handful of ingredients. It's easy to put together. It's easy to cook. And in 30 or 40 minutes, you're eating something that's absolutely delicious. So let's get into this. So I got 2 pieces of chicken breast here. One was a roided up chicken breast, so I had to cut it in half to make it match the other chicken breast because it was a little on the smaller side. So we ended up with 3 pieces of chicken, and I pounded them out already, and they're ready to be seasoned. I also have some heavy whipping cream. We have some chicken broth. We have some lemon juice. We have some red pepper flake. We have some basil. We have some parsley. We have garlic. We have some flour. We have 2 full shallots. We have some lemon zest and salt and pepper, and that's all the ingredients that you need. First thing we're going to do is we're going to salt and pepper our chicken. Good amount of salt. Pepper. Make sure you do both sides. They're ready to go into the pan. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add some olive oil to our pan. Maybe 2 tablespoons. Okay, so we got our chicken breasts in there, and we're going to try to get some color on both sides of our chicken breasts. That way there it has a nice presentation when it's all done. So we're going to cook it on one side for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to cook it on the other side for the same amount of time. This is not going to cook your chicken all the way through. We're going to finish it off in the oven. I'm going to set the oven for 375 degrees, and we're probably going to put it in there for about 12 to 15 minutes, depending on how long it takes to cook the chicken all the way through. And we're looking at a temperature of about 160 to 165 for the chicken breast. Once your chicken is done, go ahead and flip it over. After you get the desired color that you like, that's exactly what you want it to look like. It's got a nice golden brown color to it. Let it cook for another 4 or 5 minutes on the other side, or until the color that you desire is reached. And then we are going to remove the chicken from the pan. Now at this point, your chicken is seared on both sides. We're going to reduce the heat down to a medium-low, and we're going to remove the chicken. Place it in a dish or on a plate, and we are going to add a little bit more olive oil to the pan, and then we're going to throw in our garlic. Give your pan about a minute or so to cool down so you don't burn your garlic. Garlic goes in. Get all that good fond at the bottom of the pan loose, and our garlic's been in for about a minute, so it's starting to smell really, really good. And now it's time to put in our chicken broth. So we're going to put in our chicken broth, our red pepper flake, and our lemon juice. Turn your heat back up, let it come to a good a light boiling simmer, and we're going to let it cook like that for a couple of minutes. Cook that down till there's about 1/3 of the sauce remaining. We're going to let it reduce. It's probably going to take about 4 or 5 minutes for it to do that, and you want to keep that light rolling boil or simmer. So while we're waiting for our sauce to reduce, I got about a tablespoon of water, and I got a tablespoon of the flour. We're going to put that in the cold water, and we're going to mix that up. Once you have your flour nice and mixed up, it should be really smooth, no clumps in it, and then we're going to put that into our chicken broth. Now that our sauce is reduced, I'm going to turn it back down to about a medium heat, and then I'm going to put in my lemon zest. This is optional. I like to put the lemon zest in it because I like the lemony flavor, but you could use the lemon zest or not. That's up to you. I recommend it. Also at this point, we're going to add half of our basil and half of our parsley. Our sauce is reduced, and now we're going to put in our our butter. We're going to let our butter melt, and we're going to remove it from the heat, and then we're going to add our heavy whipping cream and our flour mixture. Once your butter is melted, we're going to remove it from the heat. We're going to add in our heavy whipping cream. And our flour. Mix that up. Make sure at this point that it's not boiling anymore. We don't want the cream to start to clump. So it should be on the cooler side before you put your cream in. And then once we have that mixed up, we're going to put it back onto the heat on a low setting. And we're just going to let that kind of simmer together for a minute or so. At this point, I like to taste it and find out what it tastes like, see if I need to adjust anything, if I need to add some more salt and pepper or maybe some more basil or parsley. But let's give it a try and see what we got. The red pepper flake is really good. I could taste the garlic in it, so it does need some salt and pepper, so I'm going to salt and pepper it. Now I'm going to give it one more taste test and see what we got. It's good. Doesn't really need anything else right now. So we're going to go ahead and put our sauce over our chicken. And it's going to go in the oven for about, I would say, 17 to 20 minutes for these pieces of chicken because they're a little on the large side. And then we'll plate it up. So my mouth is watering and I cannot wait to jump into this and try it. So here we go. There's the presentation. I'm going to get some of the rice, get some of that chicken on there. Mm. 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 Booyah. Mm. All right. So we got a very juicy piece of chicken. The lemon is not too strong. It's got a good flavor of lemon. And I'm not the biggest lemon person either. And I love this dish. It has some citrus. It's got some refreshing taste to it. Kind of creamy. Go for another bite. Mmm. 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 All ingredients and amounts will be down in the description below. Check out the description and try this recipe. Get back to me. Let me know what you think.